So now we'll discuss the difference between tort and crime. A tort also differs from crime in the following three aspects. The first one is as regards the consequences of the act or commission. Tort is an infringement on the private or civil right belonging to individuals, whereas crime is a breach of public rights and duties which affect the whole community. Tort is an injury to a private individual, while a crime regarded as an injury to the whole community. Tort is a civil wrong, while crime is a public wrong. The second difference is in tort, only civil suit instituted by the person affected and by none else. In crime, the proceedings are instituted by state is deemed to be a necessary party. As in case of any cognizable offence, the police institute the proceedings. The third one, in tort, the remedy is to claim damage for the injury in a civil court to compensate the injured party, but in crime, the proceedings are deterrent which to prevent its repetition by punishing the offender so that he may not do so it again. So the very principle of redress is therefore different in both. Sometimes the same act may be a tort when looked from the standpoint of an individual, and also a crime when looked upon from the standpoint of the society in general. Assault, for example, being a violation of the personal safety of an individual in tort, but being a threat to the society in general, it is a crime. Also, an offence. Professor Holdsworth rightly explained the distinction in the following words. According to him, the nature of remedy given and the nature of procedure to enforce the remedy. If the remedy given is the compensation, damages, or a penalty imposed by a civil action, the wrong so addressed is civil wrong. If the remedy given is punishment to the offender which is enforced by the state, the wrong so redressed is a criminal wrong or crime. Sometimes we found in same act there is the coexistence of tort, breach of contract, and also crime. For example, a negligent taxi driver collides with an electric pole. He may be liable to his passengers for inflicting injury upon them. He may also be liable in contract for the breach of his duty to take his passengers to their destination, and as crime for violation of road traffic rules. So, by discussing the difference between tort and crime, we found that one, that is tort, is a civil wrong, while crime is a criminal wrong, and the proceedings in both are also different. While in tort, all the proceedings are civil proceedings and they are in a civil court, while regarding crime, all proceedings are criminal proceedings and all proceedings of in relation to a crime is always filed in criminal courts. And regarding the damages here, as it is a civil wrong, in case of tort, the damages are in nature of compensation. In that way, also some penalties is imposed on the person who committed that tort or civil wrong. But in case of crime, the very suit or criminal proceedings is always instituted by the police or by the state, and all these damages here are punishment, and this way they are addressed by the criminal proceedings in a criminal court. And later on we found there is the coexistence of crime, tort and breach of contract in a particular act. So when a particular act is performed by an individual, as for example we have discussed about the taxi driver, he negligently drives the taxi and collides with the electric pole, and by that he committed three kind of wrong. One is wrong in tort, and the second one, breach of contract, so also crime. So, first of all, under tort, he is liable to his passengers for the injury caused to the passengers by that taxi driver for his negligent driving. And secondly, as regarding his liability in breach of contract, he could not take his passengers to the destination for which already they reached a contract. So in that ground, he would be liable to his passengers under breach of contract. And the number three, he would be punished for violation of road traffic rules, which is considered as a crime or an offense. So these are the basic differences between tort and crime, and also the coexistence of tort, breach of contract and crime in a particular act or a same act by an individual.